Elected leaders, they say it's all hands on deck to fight gun violence. Literally, that was the headline on the Multnomah County website in September after a press conference featuring the DA and the sheriff.
There's too many guns in the hands of people that shouldn't possess them. So we have a lot of firearms that are in the hands of people that pose a grave risk to our community.
Which got me wondering, where are these guns coming from?
They're coming from a variety of sources.
To better understand, I met with Portland Police Sergeant Mark Friedman.
It would not be uncommon for us in a weekend in Portland right now to recover the number of firearms you're seeing displayed here.
In one weekend?
In one weekend.
In the first 9 months of this year, Portland police seized more than 1,000 guns. That's far more than all of last year. The confiscated guns come in all shapes and sizes, some old, some new, but most, more than half the guns seized by police, are semi-automatic pistols. What makes semi-automatics particularly appealing to criminals is they generally have higher capacity than revolvers, meaning they can fire more shots before having to reload.
It's one of the more inexpensive pistols that we see. We see a lot of them.
Police theorize most crime guns in Portland are obtained illegally from 3 different sources. They're either stolen, bought through a straw purchase, or picked up in the underground gun market. Jason Chuddy is with ATF and based in Seattle.
The vast majority come from private citizens who haven't secured their firearms properly, and they're stolen either from their homes or their vehicles.
Several shootings in Portland, including the September 2020 murder of LaSalle Shakier, have been linked to stolen guns. Court records spell it out. Guns used in violent crimes and murders are also coming from straw purchases. That's when someone who can't legally buy a gun, maybe a convicted felon, has someone buy it on their behalf. Last month, federal prosecutors accused 2 Portland gang members of straw purchasing more than 80 guns. Investigators linked the illegally purchased guns to 10 shootings in the Portland area. And then there's the underground market.
You'd be amazed how many gun transactions are facilitated by the use of social media.
Snapchat and TikTok, they're filled with images of young men and their guns. The weapons are often traded for drugs or money.
A couple $100 change hands and voila, you've got a firearm.
It's the availability and sheer number of guns on the street that frightens Seneca Alexander Sr. He lost his 17-year-old son to gun violence.
I'm sure that anybody can get a gun that wants to get one.
And some of the guns are being modified into mini machine guns.
We've recovered at least a handful of these this year.
In several cases, police found guns altered with what's called a Glock switch or Glock auto-sear, which is illegal. The result? Just listen to the automatic gunfire picked up on a security camera in Portland's Old Town in late August. Police figure most of the guns used in Portland shootings are obtained illegally. But it's important to note legal gun sales, they're through the roof. Last year, Oregon had a record number of background checks, which suggest more people are getting guns.
People are afraid, so you might not have somebody who is a gang member or someone who is in that life, but they might have a gun and they're scared.
Often, a single gun is used repeatedly in multiple different crimes. There's data to prove it. Police analyzed spent casings and found so far this year, 33% of the guns have connections to another Portland shooting, suggesting that the same guns are being passed around or used by repeat shooters. These crime guns, often moving back and forth on the street, are responsible for most of Portland's gun violence.
Okay, KGW's Kyle Leboshi joining me now. So, Kyle, the first question I have, if these illegal guns are being moved on the street, is there anything that can be done?
Yeah, I think one of the biggest things, at least what police say, is to prevent lost and stolen guns. Too often they're finding guns stolen in home burglaries or car prowls. The problem is those guns, they end up on the street, so gun owners, they've really got to lock them up.
And we know you've been tackling this issue really one question at a time. So I'm wondering if you can tell us what's the next question you're going after.
Sure. We're kicking around a lot of different ideas, really. Ghost guns, they're untraceable. They're becoming more common. We're thinking about maybe looking into that. Also, do rewards work? Those $1,000 rewards, do those work to help solve crimes? These are just a few of the ideas, though. We'd love to hear from you. If you've got anything specific to gun violence in Portland, Send us your questions.
All right, as our viewers know, the story at kgw.com is the place to send those. Kyle Leboshi, thank you so much.